Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
For black children, the parenting style we've known is one of survival and toughness. Many people who have been raised by black parents have recounted their experiences as emotional unavailability. But the new wave of gentle parenting says otherwise.
Yeah, Ricky, an Atlanta mother is facing heat after punishing her child in the form of embarrassment on social media. This happened after her 14-year-old daughter was talking to older men and, quote-unquote, acting too grown. She posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, FYI, Kamari is 14 years old to anybody she's been lying to. She is not allowed to talk to boys and definitely not allowed to have a boyfriend. Kamari does not have a phone and won't have one until she graduates high school. Kamari is a child. In all caps, she is not grown, signed her mama.
Now, many agree that the mom was right to punish her daughter like that and felt as if more should have been done. One person commented saying, "More of this, please. Get these little kids off these platforms," but others seem to be scolding the mom for not finding a nicer approach to discipline her daughter. One person commented saying, "The reason why these children are so wayward is because parents always want to resort to hostility and violence instead of loving and guiding their kids in a gentle manner."
So today we want to know, was the mother wrong for embarrassing her daughter on social media? And does gentle parenting work for black folks? Or should we stick to old school parenting? Gary, what are your thoughts?
No, no. The mama was not wrong, first of all, for doing that, because, honey, she matter where she did it at. You was on social media clowning, I'm going to clown you back on social media, number one. And as for number two, as for parenting, you know, people going to say, and I know particularly with myself, that is old school parenting, but no, ma'am. You got to, black kids don't have the same luxury as their white counterparts. If you don't chastise those kids at home, honey, the laws, as they say, will chastise them and let them know, honey, who they are and stuff. So when a little white kid do something out of whack or whatever, I'm going to tell my parent on you. And they get to go home. A black kid, honey, they popping them and put them in jail if they don't kill them. So, no. It's not.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah, well, hey, that's what it is.
Yeah. Brett, what are your thoughts?
I don't think it's a problem with this. This is not wrong to me at all. I'm glad she did it and went on social media to do it, because whatever little boy she talking to, she only 14 years old, and her mama let them know on social media, whoever y'all talking to, whoever she lying or trying to fool, saying that she's older, she's not. She is only 14. She is a child, and you will go to jail for messing with my child. I agree.
And with all this sex trafficking going on, or
yes,
whatever, that girl go out and meet somebody, then next thing you know, she gone.
She gone.
That part.
Yeah, no.
You know, Rock, you were saying?
Man, come on, man. Tough love. I'm a winner, chicken dinner. All day love with tough parenting, man. But there's a balance. Sometimes it depends on what the kid did, because sometimes you can just sit down and have a conversation, and hopefully they can learn from it. So I'm a fan of both.
Yeah. Maria?
I'm a fan of discipline, but I'm not a fan of publicly embarrassing your child. I feel like that's going to follow her. What if she learns a lesson, she gets her life together, she decides to run for public office? Things on the internet live forever.
Yeah.
They live forever. And, you know, when you're reminded of that mistake over and over again and it's documented for the world to see, I don't feel like that's a good look.
You go ahead.
No, I just don't. I agree with Maria in principle, but I don't think this particular mother did too much. I think she did just the appropriate amount of embarrassment.
Yeah, some of it that they actually go too far, but the little cute videos with the kids up against the wall with their arms out, or whatever, or holding up the books, or whatever, because if they're doing stuff on social media. Because my grandmama was like, I'm embarrass you where you act up. You gonna get it where you act up at. You do it in the grocery store, you're gonna get it in the grocery store. If you do it online, my grandma would have gave it to me online. I'm glad that we didn't have Facebook Live. If I was doing something bad on Facebook Live, my grandparents called me, I would have got a ass whipping right there on Facebook Live. But I would have been so embarrassed to the point where I would not have done it again. But I understand about that social media thing lives forever. But at this age, I probably would have looked back at me getting an ass whipping when I was 8 and laughed at it. Because Brandon I don't know what those tapes are, but Brandon used to record Malik every time he got an ass whooping. When my mama would stand Malik up one time, Brandon would sit there and record it or whatever. Then he would take some still pictures. But I still laugh at it to this day. And Malik laugh at it. Like them still shots where you can see Malik leg and see my mama up on the top of the step with that belt. But Brandon would do stupid stuff like rest in peace, but he did some stupid stuff that was funny as hell. I want to know what y'all think. Y'all get at me, 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY. Good morning.
My name is Jordan. I am calling from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I am recently became a mommy of my niece and nephew, and gentle parenting does not work. They get cussed out very often. Thank you.
So my name is Michelle, originally from Brooklyn, New York. No, we need to stick to our old school parenting. So these kids are getting way out of control where we still need that nowadays. We can't be gentle on these kids.
This is Don calling from Cincinnati, and I think it depends on the child. Some kids are born into this world as thugs, and you have to go real hard. Others you have to treat a little kinder and gentler. So I just think it depends on the child.
Mia in Lake Charles, Louisiana. They should definitely stick to old school parenting. I was a kid of old school parenting. My mama was one too, and you raise how your parents were raised more than likely. So
I'm from Dallas, Texas. And I believe that both can work because I use both with my children who are both black little kids. You don't need a whooping for every single thing that you do. Sometimes talking to a kid works, and then sometimes, it doesn't. I believe if you start early, then you'll be okay. You don't have to whoop a child every time for everything.
We should stick to old school parenting. And there is no color when we're dealing with parenting. I'm Lori from Jacksonville, Florida. I have 5 children, and I can promise you, whether they were black, brown, whatever color, parenting is parenting, and the old way worked. We've changed things, and because we've changed things, that's why children are out of hand.
Yeah, you can't go nowhere. You can't do nothing. You can't enjoy yourself. And that's funny that 2 people called and said that these children are totally out of control, like out of control. And listen, that's a whole nother conversation or whatever. But parenting, man, sometimes it's just uncomfortable. I got kids, grandkids over here, don't want to put their shirt on, acting like they can't put the shirt on, and like they can't take it off. I laid 15 shirts across the bedroom floor, and you got to sit on your butt and scoot over and put every last one of them on and take it off until you learn how to, because you at an age where you need to learn how to, you know what I'm saying, put your clothes on and all that kind of stuff, and got them doing stuff and teaching children to move expeditiously when you tell them to do something with a little bit of hustle. I ain't saying run to put the plate in the sink, but when somebody tell you to do something, just the discipline to get up and make a direct play to the sink, putting the plate in the sink and putting your mats back, cleaning up the table, getting stuff off the floor. It's uncomfortable as hell. It's uncomfortable. It's awkward. It don't feel so good. But if you make the teeny tiny small corrections every 5 minutes is going to turn into every 10 minutes. And then every 10 minutes is going to turn into every 30 minutes. Then it's going to get to a point where you don't have to say nothing to your kids at all. Now, we in here getting stuff straight in the kitchen. My daughter been out of my house since she pretty much went off to college. How did she just naturally come in the house and we getting stuff together, and then before she left to go back off to her own house in Atlanta, the whole kitchen is clean? The kitchen is clean, just trained and conditioned to clean up the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? And the stuff. And my old pastor, Rev Miller, used to say, charity starts at home. Yeah. It's uncomfortable sitting at the table. Don't put that up. Don't pick that bean up with your hand. Don't do that. Don't eat like that. You don't hold your fork like that. Simple, small, uncomfortable corrections leads to training them and molding them to what you need for them to be. So when they go out and eat and do a job interview, you got them trained so good. Every person got off that plane the other day said, these are the most well-mannered kids I have ever seen in my life. And I'm talking about didn't have no iPad on the plane. I waited till the plane got up in the air. Then I said, hey, here's your iPad. But right now we're going to sit down and put our seatbelt on. You don't have to have an iPad right this second. Hold on, because people trying to get on the plane, you know what I'm saying? And teaching them to wait and to hold on and just let me lead and to follow. And now the iPad is, I appreciate having the iPad as opposed to I'm entitled to the iPad and I want it. You can't even say want in my house. WANT is a demand. May I have my iPad, please? I want, you don't tell nobody what you want. Not in my house. But to some, that's mean. But Hey, I'm glad y'all enjoyed that conversation, man. That's real good. Coming up next, we got Jeff Johnson. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.